Hello, Basin Bison. This is Gary Nelson again with your Basin Bite this week. Let's review back a little bit of some of our previous discussions. Remember, we talked about be the buffalo, be the bison, move into the storm, and where it's storming outside right now, we move into that storm, don't we, Basin Bison? The Basin Bite a couple of times ago was on perseverance. Basin Bite 2 was on organization. And today we're going to have another Basin Bite, and I'll share about that in just a minute. As I'm thinking about how to relate this, I'm going to give you another example of a tennis experience that I had in high school. This is my senior year. I was on the varsity tennis team at Dixie High School, and we were at a region meet in St. George at the old Dixie College tennis courts. And in our region at the time was Cedar, Hurricane, and Dixie. The story I'm going to share with you is about one of my teammates. We had actually started playing tennis in 7th grade. We picked it up in physical education. And he was a great tennis player. He was tall. His serve was strong, especially the first serve. And his second serve was almost as strong as his first. And so he liked to hit the corners, the edges for the serves. They were powerful. His strokes were strong. He was an excellent tennis player, although he did have a temper, and that's what I'd like to discuss today. At that regional tennis meet, he was playing singles, and he was having one of those days, a bad day, a tough day. He wasn't doing well, and you could tell that as he started to get mad at himself, and the serves weren't coming in. He would fault and double fault, and his returns weren't coming like he'd like, and hitting things into the net and not keeping things within the boundaries of the court. And he got so upset in that first set that he actually took his wooden tennis racket, and I might just say that the metal tennis rackets were just starting to come in. I was playing with a Spalding metal. He was still with a wood racket. But he was so upset that he took his wood racket and he just bashed it against the chain link fence, and it broke. Well, he didn't have an extra racket with him then. Luckily, he only lived 3 blocks away, so he ran home, got another racket, came back, and proceeded to continue into the next set. That set didn't go well. Lo and behold, he threw the racket against the chain link fence in anger and broke it. It might look something like this. This is not the original racket, but you can see you don't do very well with playing with a racket like that. So he has his only 2 rackets are both broken, and you think about, wow, what could he have done if he had just had a little bit more self-control? That's the Basin Bite, is self-control this week. Now, self-control is an important thing, and I want to share with you now something that happened last week. Last week in Salt Lake City, Utah, on Saturday, November 5th, KSL.com and KSL TV headline reads the following: "Man angry about sold-out flights, carjack multiple vehicles, police say." Well, a bit of self-control, not to take drugs and be high, and then have the self-control to not get angry enough to carjack 2 cars and try to steal 2 more. Well, he was booked into the Summit County Jail for investigation of aggravated robbery, DUI, aggravated assault, threat of violence, driving a stolen vehicle, reckless driving, failure to remain at the scene of an accident, and other potential charges. Now, both these examples of my friend with a tennis racket and this gentleman who was so angry and upset that he couldn't get a flight to Colorado demonstrates the importance of being in control of yourself. Self-control. Our Basin Bite. So our Basin Bite is self-control. What is self-control? Self-control is the ability to stop and think before acting. It involves being able to stop yourself by saying or doing something at an inappropriate time. Another element of self-control is being able to manage your emotions so that you can make more positive choices when angry or upset. It's an important skill because we need to think first to make the best choices possible. One area that we might think about in being more control of ourselves is in swearing. Someone has defined swearing as the act of a feeble mind to express itself forcibly. Another area we might be working on as far as being more in control of ourselves is cheating. I like this statement. The first that I would like to slam is the guy that copies my exam. The other is the little punk that covers his and makes me flunk. I'm sure we've all had opportunities to maybe not be honest and to cheat and things, and there's an opportunity here to be more in self-control. Maybe you want to work a little bit more in self-control and be more positive and eliminate the negativity. Years ago, as a freshman at Dixie College, I went out on a trip to Glen Canyon Dam, which holds all the water for Lake Powell. And I happened to be inside the dam and looking at things, and I came across this statement on a door that's been really interesting as it relates to negativity. Be careful of the words you say, keep them soft and sweet. You never know from day to day which ones you'll have to eat. So maybe we need to be more in control of what we say, how we say it, what we think. Another thing that we could work on maybe is anger. My friend with a tennis racket breaking it, this gentleman who decided to get upset because he was angry that he couldn't get flight tickets to Denver, Colorado, what he did. This is a great little quote. Words and actions often fly, brain in neutral, tongue in high. A salesman once asked his sales manager to help him to become more successful financially. Well, the sales manager said, I can guarantee to quadruple your income in 1 year if you obey 2 simple rules. Can you imagine increasing your income 4 times? I'd want to know what to do. I'll take those 2 rules, right? He goes on to say the salesman was delighted and quickly promised that he would carefully follow all of the directions. The sales manager said, rule number 1 is you are to immediately stop doing all of the things you are now doing that you know you should not do. Rule number 2 is you are to immediately start doing all the things you are not now doing that you know you should do. Well, the salesman was very disappointed. He had not expected anything quite so difficult. This is one of the reasons why we fail. We don't stick to those things that we know that we need to do. Now, please get out a sheet of paper or go to your binder or your notebook, and I'd like you to write some things down. Maybe you go to your notes app and you punch in what we're going to say. So if you need to get that, take a minute right now and get ready. You got that pen or pencil? Okay, hopefully you've been taking notes as we've gone along and you're already ready. So here we go. Are you ready? One important method to help with self-control I have shared in leadership seminars and relationship seminars, which helps make changes in my life and can help in yours, are these 3 words. Start, stop, continue. Would you write those words down? Start, stop, continue. Now, write down under start one thing you'd like to start doing that you're not doing in your life relating to personal self-control. Take a few moments now and write something that you'd like to start doing that you're not doing, right under the word start. Maybe you need some help in thinking about this. Maybe it's coming out of your comfort zone and raising your hand in class, or maybe it's to start resisting the urge to take a friend's snack that was left out, or maybe it's to start managing your emotions in a positive way when you're angry or upset. All of these to assist you to start doing something to be in control of yourself. Now, let's go on. Stop. Under the word stop that you've written, write something down you'd like to stop doing that you know you shouldn't be doing as it relates to self-control. Go ahead and do that now. Write something down you'd like to stop doing that you know you shouldn't be doing as it relates to self-control. Maybe you'd like a few ideas with that. Let's see if I can help. Maybe you want to increase your self-control by stop making excuses and procrastinating so you don't have time to plan, organize, or study. Maybe you want to demonstrate more personal self-control and stop for a time with the use of your cell phone, the video game, or the cable show so you can better complete your online school assignments or reports or have time to study for quizzes and tests. Maybe it's stopping yourself from making a mean comment to someone. Or maybe to be more in control of yourself is to stop cheating or copying someone else's assignment or workbook. Take some time now and work on one thing that you want to stop doing. You got it? You got something under start? You got something under stop? Now the next is continue. I like this one because all of us are doing right and good things, and you should continue to do those things. This is giving yourself a nice pat on the back and an attaboy for the good things you are doing. Would you do that? I can't see you doing it, but would you do that right now? Give yourself a pat on the back, an attaboy, because there's things that you are doing. And so what I'd like you to do under continue right now is write down what thing you'd like to continue doing that you're doing right as it relates to self-control. Once again, write down right now what thing you'd like to continue doing that you're doing right as it relates to self-control. If you might need some help to think about some things, maybe this might be helpful. Maybe you want to continue raising your hand in class. Maybe you want to continue setting personal time for study each day. Those are good things. Maybe you want to continue to being positive when other students are negative about teachers and fellow students or assignments. Take some time now and write down what you'd like to continue to do that you're doing well. Start, stop, continue. These are 3 words that have really helped me in my life to be more in self-control. I hope that they'll help you. Good luck on this new Basin Bite. Number 3, self-control. Let's go Bison.